freak of all freaks. Because Jon Jones beat Daniel Cormier when he was on coke. That was one of the funny things he said in the press conference for the rematch. Daniel was talking shit. He goes, "I beat you when I was on coke."
Well, that spinning kick that he did to that
Stipe Miocic,
where he said and I think he thanked his Taekwondo coach, and he said he had been working on this one specific kick from both sides, because of something he saw on the tape, and he got it off and hit this guy so hard, not even on his liver side. He hit him on the other side, and you see it shudder through his entire organ structure.
Yeah, his heel was deep into his body cavity, all the way up to his fucking spine. Yeah,
but he just practiced this one specific. And he was he even said, he goes, "It is a devastating shot. There's not a human being who could take that."
No, it's like getting hit by.
Jon Jones just shook up the fight world without saying a word. One calculated training clip was enough to spark chaos online and feel like a warning shot to Tom Aspinall and the rest of the division as the White House card chatter builds. The footage wasn't flashy. It was precise and deliberate, the kind of silent message that shifts narratives instantly. Analysts are split on what it means, but the tension is real, especially considering Jones once defeated Alexander Gustafsson under less than ideal preparation. Even Joe Rogan has spoken in the past about how little Jones sometimes trained compared to his dominance, making this new, seemingly disciplined version of him potentially even more dangerous for anyone standing across the cage.
I mean, he was getting arrested. He was partying. For when he fought Gustafsson, he beat Gustafsson and he didn't train at all. I talked to his trainer. He's like, he didn't even show up at the gym. He was fucking never there. Vision is so shallow right now. You got Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane, Jon Jones if he chooses to fight again, Francis if by some miracle they can work something out and bring him back to the UFC. Other than that, there's no one compelling for a championship caliber fighter. There's basically 4 or 5 guys on earth that are in this championship caliber.
Joe Rogan keeps coming back to one name, Jon Jones. No matter who enters the heavyweight picture, Rogan believes Jones operates on a completely different level. In his view, the division can feel thin, not because of size or talent, but because of what Jones represents. He's not just another contender, he's a benchmark for dominance. Rogan argues that the moment Jones fully commits, the entire division sharpens up and feels more legitimate overnight. Without him, the list of true threats seems limited. With him, everything changes. At this stage, Jones isn't judged by belts or statistics. He's judged by whether anyone around him can genuinely match his greatness.
He was a heavyweight, and he goes, I had the chance to spar with Jon Jones, to work with Jon Jones. And he goes, I knew about it months ahead of time. He goes, I got my nutrition, everything was absolutely flawless. I got, my sleep, everything was on. He goes, I show up at the gym that morning. He goes, to me and 5 other guys. He goes, he comes in, I think he went to sleep at 4 in the morning or something. He was out all night, and he goes, he ran through all 6
That's my buddy Brendan Schaub.
Is that who it was? Yeah. Okay, yeah. It was the funniest story. I was and he goes, and then I just knew, that's a level. But imagine being that elite and realize.
Matt Damon said even a perfectly prepared heavyweight could lose to Jon Jones on an off night, showing there are true levels to this game. And now that Jones appears fully focused and disciplined, that's especially dangerous for Tom Aspinall and the entire heavyweight division.
At his absolute best, is there anybody in UFC history was a better fighter than Jon Jones?
No.
Not St. Pierre.
No.
Not Anderson.
The truth.
Not Demetrius.
Hey, let me tell you something. People like to say, you be hating on Jon Jones, man. He can beat you. I said, listen, man, and I told you this whenever I did your podcast.
You did.
I was so good when he beat me that second time that if he beat me that time, I don't think nobody could beat him. He was plus he tall, he got long arms.
84-inch reach.
Yep, he got good knees.
Elbow.
Him and I did that thing together, and we were talking about boxing. And he was like, if we boxed, it would be much harder fight.
Right.
He goes, because I kick Daniel a lot, and I need Daniel a lot.
Right.
And I think that is why, or a thing that people underestimate about him. I don't think in terms of skills, Maybe Khabib was as good, but Conor McGregor was real good whenever he was like on his game.
The idea of hidden levels fits perfectly with what Daniel Cormier has said about Jon Jones, and it carries weight because Cormier isn't speaking as an analyst, but as someone who fought Jones at his own absolute peak. Cormier has been clear. The version of himself that lost to Jones was the best he had ever been, and if Jones could dominate that, then the standard of greatness shifts entirely. In his view, only rare primes, like Khabib Nurmagomedov at his most focused or fully locked-in Conor McGregor, even belong in the same conversation. Jones didn't just reach that level. Cormier suggests he defined it, forcing everyone else to realize that what they believed was the ceiling was actually just the floor beneath him.
Jon Jones' legacy doesn't need Tom Aspinall as Tom Aspinall.
needs Jon.
I don't think he does.
He does, bro.
He doesn't.
You know why?
Why?
And I'm only telling you this from a guy that lived in that world, right?
You lived in that division.
I also never beat him.
Yeah.
And I had, no matter what I did going forward, it was always that, well, you never beat Jon Jones. Tom Aspinall is going to get that belt, and there's going to be a gap, right? That lineal championship breaks. That line breaks. When Tom goes from interim to champion. Because Jon never gave him the opportunity to fight him.
But either did Francis never gave Jon Jones opportunity to fight him.
Francis was going to give Jon an opportunity. Jon wasn't ready to take it at the time.
Exactly.
Right?
So there you have that same type of thing.
So it keeps breaking. Francis left. Made a boatload of money. So in retrospect, Francis probably made the right decision because he got paid
1000%.
so much money to box.
Exactly.
But Jon not fighting Tom messes with the line of succession, the balance of the world. It's like the Avengers.
Yeah,
the Infinity Stones going back. He needed to fight him. I wish he would have fought him but I think he's not fighting him for one reason and one reason only. He doesn't want to put the work in that he...
Daniel Cormier says Tom Aspinall will always face a what-if over his legacy unless he fights Jon Jones, arguing that only a direct clash between them can truly decide who stands at the top of the heavyweight division. Interview 6. Khabib Nurmagomedov believes Jon Jones is past his prime and sees Tom Aspinall as the new face of the heavyweight division, while Zach Shoemaker says Prime Jones was untouchable but acknowledges time may now be shifting the balance.
If he fought Tom Aspinall, you think he would have won?
He could, but bro, like we can't be forever there. But if he beat that guy, young guy, maybe he could beat him, Jon Jones as well. But when you get older, it's different. But if you use Jon Jones, his young age, with anyone, bro, he gonna beat anyone.
Yeah.
You know, so and every day people getting older, you know. I'm happy the guy is finished, he's legend and undefeated. And it's good picture for everyone, anyone, you know. The guy becomes so crazy talent, so crazy hard worker, you know. You can't be there if you don't work hard.
Jon Jones openly questions Tom Aspinall's toughness, claiming that when Aspinall faces real adversity, like the eye poke, knee injury, or ankle lock loss, he shuts down instead of grinding through it. And Jones believes that body language reveals weakness. If they ever fight, Jones would likely pressure him early, aiming to exploit what he sees as a crack that appears the moment things stop going smoothly.
Incapacitated. Immediately. He shut down. It's like, he poked my eye and then he's like, immediately. There was no like... He never tried to look. It was rag on the eye immediately. Dude, I would have been the silliest looking cat on national TV just... Trying. He didn't try. He didn't try. Same thing with Curtis Blaze. When he hurt his knee, there was no limping. There was no trying to get up. It was just like immediately... Yep. Burn my village. I can't go on. When he got tapped out with an ankle lock, there was no trying to fight his hands. There were no trying to...
Michael Bisping pushed back on Jon Jones's criticism, arguing that Tom Aspinall is far from one-dimensional, highlighting that he's trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu since his teens and owns a resume of dominant finishes, 12 knockouts and 3 submissions, proving he can end fights both on the feet and on the ground. Bisping isn't picking sides, but insists labeling Aspinall as easy work, ignores the reality that he's a well-rounded finisher capable of winning anywhere the fight goes.
No, you know that's not true, okay? But he's not overrated. He hasn't got a simple game. The man's a well-rounded mixed martial artist. He started doing jiu-jitsu when he was 16 years old. And I'm not trying to do another video here defending Tom Aspinall or taking Tom's side over Jon Jones. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just calling out the facts like I see it. When you look at Tom Aspinall's record, 15 wins, 12 knockouts, 3...
Dana White says the proposed proposed White House card is shaping up to be historic, with massive interest from top fighters and buzz unlike a typical pay-per-view. And when discussing a possible main event, he immediately points to Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones as the kind of clash that could define an era. He's even hinted that Conor McGregor could appear on the same card, a once-in-a-lifetime lineup that would feel legendary before the opening bell.
When Tom gets hurt, it's like he's like immediately incapacitated. Immediately.
He shut down.
It's like he poked my eye and then he's like immediately, there was no like.
He never tried to look. It was rag on the eye immediately.
Dude, I would have been the silliest looking cat on national TV just
trying. He didn't try.
Trying.
He didn't try.
Same thing with Curtis Blaze. When he hurt his knee, there was no limping. There was no trying to get up. It was just like immediately.
Yep.
Burn my village. I can't go on. When he got tapped out with an ankle lock, there was no trying to fight his hands. There were no trying to. He immediately.
Ciryl Gane says that even if Jon Jones is back, the real issue isn't talent. It's reliability. Explaining that being champion means accountability, discipline, and consistently showing up. Because when Jones falters, it's not just a delay in scheduling. It undermines what the title and the division are supposed to represent.